almost 5 o'clock. All right, let's try this again. Let's try this again. All right. Again. All right. Okay, let's try that. Hi, everyone. Are you watching? Welcome. Who's in here? We have one watching. All right, great. Well, let's just start painting. I'm going to give it 5 minutes, but I'm going to start painting. I'm going to start painting a welcome sign. So, hi, everybody. We're just going to let everyone roll in. And please introduce yourself in the chat if you want. We're just going to get started with some warm-ups. I recommend you do the same. Just start painting. Dip the brush into a color. Don't think about it. Just start painting because it feels good. It feels good to paint. Today, this is the very first how to paint your way through a hard time. So this is an experiment, and I appreciate you all being part of this experiment. I grew up in Canada, and I grew up watching Mr. Dress Up, which is like Canada's answer to Mr. Rogers, but it's different because he was also a visual artist, Ernie Coombs, and he would play dress up, one of my other favorite activities, and he would draw, and he would teach you how to draw, and I just thought he was so cool. So it's only natural that I became something of a Mr. Dress Up, of somebody who likes to dress up. Now, I just enjoy the pleasure of putting watercolor on paper. It just feels good. This is recycled paper. On the back, this is how you can create your own font. And I printed off several of those because I like to play with making my own fonts, and that's what I had lying around. So that is what I'm painting on today. And you'll notice it kind of pools. It doesn't absorb the water like watercolor paper, but watercolor paper, you know, it can be like $1 a page, and printer paper is less. So I'm here to help you recycle, reuse, reduce. Wait, what's the order, Lolo? Reduce, reuse, recycle. Thank you. And today, actually, we have a guest. I have a pace car. My pace car artist is Lolo, an incredible artist local to the Wood River Valley. Lolo, you want to put your fingers over here? Welcome. Great nails, hey? Look at this nails. Look at these nails. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Welcome to Only Hands.
Done locally.
Yeah, all right. Right? Great. All right, so paint, everybody. Get acquainted. We're going to, at 5:05, I'm going to start. Hi, Joe in the Hudson Valley. I know, Joe. Good to see you. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for joining. And Joe, thank you for your contribution to the community at large. You're such a baller. I love you. I like to mix complementary color, not complementary. I like to mix a similar color, like I'm going in with a darker orange, just to give it some sunset energy, because that's been a theme in my life lately, because I'm sunsetting a certain chapter of my life at the moment. I'm leaving Sun Valley. Well, you never really leave Sun Valley. It kind of stays in you forever. However, I will no longer be living here. And so I'm really into sunset colors, and I'm into watching the sunset because it's free. It happens every day, and it is just such a delicious way to enjoy life, which is ultimately what I want to teach you through this class, is how we can enjoy our lives, because there's so much out there to distract us from enjoying our lives, to make us feel like that we're not enough, and that we have to buy things to make us happy. And I am here to challenge that system of beliefs. So paint. Just paint whatever you feel like painting. And if there's anything that you hear or feel, paint it down. Anything that resonates, paint it down. Paint it down. Welcome, 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 everyone. I'm so glad you're all here. So glad you're all part of this class. All right. So, hi. My name is Jacqueline Francis, and I am here to teach you how to paint your way through a hard time. I want to start with an intention. So my paper is wet. So I was going to touch the paper, but I'm just going to put my vibes into the paper. Take a minute, plant both of your feet on the ground, and check your posture. How's your posture right now? How are you feeling? Are you slumped over? Is that going to make you feel better about yourself? Sit up tall, roll your shoulders back, and put some love into that page. Through your hands, thank yourself for showing up. We're currently dispatching from Sun Valley, Idaho, which is the land of the Shoshone-Bannock people. And an interesting thing about this place is that in an indigenous tradition, this valley was a meeting place for many different tribes to come and meet and to exchange goods and ideas. And with that sentiment, that kind of remains the energy of this place. And I want to really feel into that energy for this class. Like, we can all get together to share our ideas and let that enrich our lives. So take a deep breath in and exhale. 2 more. Deep breath in. Exhale. Last breath all the way from your feet. And let it go. Great. So for this class today, we have 5 sheets of paper. All right, I am using, like I said, I'm using this recycling paper. If you ever want to create your own font, a very exciting thing to do, but I'm not at the moment. I'm teaching watercolor. So I would recommend you're going to be wanting to rip your pages out if you have them in a notebook or have them separate, because if you turn the page over and it's still wet, you're going to botch your drawing, and we don't want that. So welcome, we're moving that away. And here's the structure of the class. We're going to be doing 5 painting exercises. Each one is 10 minutes. And at the end of class, we're going to have time for some questions. So, hi, Narda from Ketchum. I'm so glad you're here. Let's start with painting our names. I just want you to take a moment, pick whatever color makes you happy, and paint your name on your page. Take up space. Do not be afraid to take up space with your art. So something you can write however you want, but with watercolor, well, this is calligraphy right now, so this is different, but give yourself lots of space. And now I want you to fill up the page and make it beautiful. Beautify your name, whatever that means to you. So Lolo, tell me about your name.
Oh, I'm putting out my full name.
You're using your full name?
Larissa Danielle DeHaas.
All right.
Yeah. So it's Lolo ... right? It's my art though. So.
Yeah. How did you get to Lolo? Was that a name that was given to you?
Yes.
Who gave it to you?
Serena. Marie Stevens. When we were like 15, 16 in high school.
Really?
Uh-huh. I didn't really like it then.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I pushed it away.
Really?
For years. Not until like mid-20s, I think.
Really?
And I was like, wait, I guess, yeah. You know, Pakalolo. It means crazy, right?
Does it?
In Hawaiian. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Because Pakalolo is...
I did not know it meant crazy.
The crazy grass.
Okay, yeah, I can understand why you'd be resistant to that.
Right?
Yeah, why do you want to be called crazy?
Yeah.
That's ableist language.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need that.
I was like, I'm not crazy. I'm just smarter than you. That was my thought.
I like that. I'm going to write that down. I'm not crazy. I'm just smarter than you. So anything, part of my art practice is anything I hear that I think is brilliant or funny, I write it down.
They're so good.
And I always credit the artist. I learned that because for a long time I didn't, and then I got in trouble. I got called out, which is, part of being an artist. So now I just cite my sources. What did you say? I'm not crazy. I'm just smarter than you. And so if throughout this class, throughout this workshop, write down anything that resonates with you, because you never know later on when you are going to need to see that message and be reminded of it. See, I go by Jacqueline now. Well, I'm introducing myself as Jacqueline now, but I've had many names. I've gone by just Jack for many years, and that was given to me too. Like I was Jackie as a child, and when I was 14, I was like, look at this. I'm not just crazy. I'm not crazy. I'm just smarter. Thank you. You know what? The typo is amazing. I like it. I'm just smarter. Thank you. It was a mistake. I like it too. I'm just smarter. Thank you. And you'll notice that when you write things down and when you paint things, if you're not thinking, like I'm having a conversation, usually I paint in silence, but the art comes out a lot differently. And that's what's cool about it. It's like letting the painting happen. Letting the painting happen is why we're here. Like we're supposed to just relax and enjoy ourselves. We're not supposed to make something that is, I don't know.
Perfect?
Yeah, well, perfect's out the window. Perfect is not it. That's not what we're doing here. But we're vibing. We're enjoying, we're relaxing. We're having a good time because we're having a hard time in general, right? As a collective, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's really important that we find ways to enjoy ourselves. And this is how I do it. Like I struggle with, depression and anxiety as much as the next person. And I've recently been pretty sick, and I couldn't do a lot. But you know what I can always do? I can always paint. Paint is always available to me. And printer paper, you can paint on anything. You can paint on the back of like a paper bag that you got at Whole Foods. There's just no limit to what you can paint. So just make your name beautiful. Make your name beautiful. I was named Jack in university. My best friend Mal, she just started calling me Jack and spelling it like that. And I liked that. I really liked it. I like the androgyny of it. And I still identify as Jack. I'm still Jack. However, I had this revelation not that long ago that in introducing myself as Jack, I was cutting off 60% of myself, right? My name is 10 letters, and Jack is only the first 4 letters. So while anyone can still call me Jack, I now introduce myself as Jacqueline because I feel like that's all of me. And like our names, we have so many different times in our lives where we identify as different parts of ourselves. And I think it's important to explore all of that. And it's like, who are you today? Who are you today? Today, I am Jacqueline, and I'm not crazy. I'm just smarter. Thank you. I love this. I love this. I love this. I also like to, where are we at? We should probably move on from this exercise. All right, finish your name. Finish your name. And if you want to keep working on it later, you can. I just want to make sure that we get through all of the art exercises today. So this is what I did without really thinking too much about it. And I hope you didn't think too much about it either. Just enjoy yourself. Enjoy the process. So, all right, it's still wet, so let's move it out of the way. Exercise 2. Well, actually, can I show you? Can I show the class your name?
I'm almost there.
You're almost there. Okay. Take your time. I also have a pace car, also known as Larissa, because I paint very quickly. So it's helpful to have somebody else around who's newer to watercolor so that I don't just blow through the whole exercise. All right, so for this next exercise, I want you to take your finer tip. Oh, here we go. Let's show it off.
Yeah. I'm just writing my clear.
Larissa Danielle DeHaas. Look at the only capital you did was the H. Interesting.
It's the most important one.
Is it? Okay.
Because everyone forgets about it and they never do it. And they do 2 S's instead of 2 A's.
I've done that for sure.
Yeah.
2 A's. Because you're A1.
It's the Haas. It's the hair.
Right. Is it the hair like a bunny?
Mm-hmm.
I love that. Is that Dutch?
Not bunny.
What is that? Where's that from?
Yeah.
Dutch. Oh, my ancestors are Dutch too. I just found out some of them. Yeah. Well, you know, my ancestors were not afraid to travel for a better opportunity. Isn't that the truth? Okay. So, next, now we're going to do some breath work. So get a color, anything you want, anything you're going to fine brush. You're going to take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, just draw a line as far as it goes. And you know what? Sometimes the brush doesn't pick up enough paint, so you just got to clean it up. Draw a line. Now we're going to do that again with another one. Breathe, take a deep breath in. And exhale, draw the line. We're just drawing a bunch of lines, and we want them overlapping. We want them intersecting. And you can do any color you want. I'm going to move into some blue over here. You know what? I'll probably pick up more paint if I do a fatter brush. I'm going to take this fatter brush and see, because when you pick up more paint with a fatter brush. All right, inhale, breathe in. Exhale, paint. Yeah, that works. That works way better. Okay. All right, let's do 2 more lines. Inhale, breathe in. Exhale. Finish that line. And last one, wild card color. Breathe in. And exhale. Cool. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Let's see what you did, just so we can show variety of what's happening. This is Lolo's lines. Rad. Love this. I like your sunset colors.
Oh, thank you.
All right, so now we're going to pick all of these vacant spaces. So just pick one square and fill in the square with whatever you want. Like it can be a pad. Let's go with a pattern. You could just fill it in entirely. Like you could just color it in like this. That's fine. It's totally fine to color it in. And you can do it with a fine brush. It'll take more time. You can do it with a fat brush. It'll be quicker. It is up to you. It's dealer's choice. Just fill in the little cubes. And once you fill in this cube, you go to the cube that is not beside it, right? Opposite it. And then we're going to fill it in with some little designs. I do this all the time. This is how I relax. I was at the doctor's office the other day, and I was crying in the doctor's office because I've spent way too much time in the doctor's office lately. And I did this. And I didn't have my watercolors with me, so I just used like my pen and my journal. But you know what? It helped. It friggin' helped, because sitting and waiting in the doctor's office for help that they eventually won't really give you. I've been really like not helped by Western medicine lately. But like, you know, anything that's out of pocket, anything not covered by insurance has been great. Anything that I pay for in cash has been great help. And I wanna believe differently. Like one day I hope like doctors will serve me in that way. But lately it's been like the acupuncturists and naturopaths who are kind of doing it for me. So anyway, just fill up your little corner and keep going. Keep making some shapes. Fill it out. I hope you're all enjoying your Sunday afternoon or evening, wherever you are in the world. I'm also curious what, has anybody, feel free to mention this in the chat. I would appreciate that actually. Is anybody brand new to watercolor, or has anyone done it before? I mean, most people have done it as a child, but Is anybody new to it? Or is anybody experienced in it? I've been watching a lot of YouTube watercolor videos to sort of suss out what it is that the market is doing. And it's all very technical. Very serious. It's kind of bougie. It's kind of technical. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know, if you want to do a photorealistic painting of the Eiffel Tower, there's a class for you. But that is not this class. This class is about winging it and letting your subconscious tell you something, because usually your art makes sense later. I'll just paint something and then later on I'll be like, oh, is that what this was about? And it makes a lot of sense. So it's kind of like you're writing yourself a love letter to the future. What do I want to do now? I want a fat brush. I'm going to fill this in big. When did you start painting, Lola?
I mean, 7th and 8th grade, I went to a nicer school.
Yeah?
I went to nerd school.
Nerd school. Nice.
And then my grandma was always a painter.
Oh, it's in the family.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then she got me all these acrylics and oil paints.
Nice.
And taught me with acrylics. It's like big. It's like this. I still have it. I still need to finish it.
You have to finish your first painting? It's not done?
Never.
No, I love that. You see, Lolo and I have a different style that I really appreciate, because you take your time on your pieces and I work very quickly. Well, watercolor by nature, you're supposed to work fast, because if you've noticed, you can't erase anything, and that's what I like about it. Like, you have to play it as it lays. Like, if you put down the stroke, you can try to get some water and you can dab it off, but that's not why we're here. We're here to be like, what is going on in my self-conscious? I'm going to find out. What kind of artists are in your family?
Ooh, painters and textile.
Amazing.
Yeah, my grandma, she used to paint us all these like sweatshirts.
Yeah.
With bears on them. And hand painted tons of furniture.
Cool.
Yeah, and then just painted too. But and then my other grandma owned a sewing shop and is and she does all the quilts. She's a huge quilter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but she also did painting. She can't remember how to anymore, but she did all these landscapes.
That's cool.
Yeah, she's in her 90s. That's why she can't really remember. She's like, I don't know how to do it, because it was like 20 years ago that she did all these really cool, like nice landscapes. Like, she was Bob Rossing it up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bob Ross.
Lots of tractors, very northern Idaho. Huge
inspiration. I have artists all over my family, at both sides. Everyone likes to do creative stuff. All right, we're going to move on from this soon, but I encourage you to finish this later. This is just a great way to flow any time of the day. I'm going to come back to this later. I'm going to move on from this art exercise, but this is available to you at any time. And it doesn't have to look like anything, but let's play. What does this look like? What do you see? I see the world. What do you see?
Purple wildflowers by the spring.
Yeah, I like that. Can I show the class yours?
Yeah.
What do you see? I see a knife.
Ooh.
I see a knife cutting through like a grapefruit.
I was thinking like watermelon, because you have watermelon.
Yeah. Oh yeah, so we have watermelon. That's what I've like offered. So one of the things that I also suggest if you're going to set up your painting is make it cute. Make yourself a nice little spread. This is watermelon that I like to cut open with a melon baller. So good. Or light a candle. I also have tea because I'm going to be talking a lot, but if you have time to really romanticize the practice, I highly recommend that. All right, we have Mary Reed, an elementary middle school art teacher. So lots of watercolor. Oh, Mary, thank you so much for teaching. That is such important work.
Yeah.
You like Andrea Nelson art. I'm going to look her up. I found her Instagram. Okay. You see a bikini top. I love that. I see a bikini top in yours. Absolutely. Okay, moving on. We just finished that one. So now, all right, now we're going to talk about, now we're going to draw a little, now we're going to talk about what's not working, okay? We're having a hard time because there's something that isn't working. So I want you all to, in the bottom right corner of your page, you're going to paint a little figure of yourself. It can be a stick figure. It can be elaborate. It doesn't matter. One of my selves is a sea witch. So I'm going to draw a little sea witch. If you want to learn how to draw a sea witch, you can. Here, I'll make it a little bit bigger so you guys can see. Do you want to learn how to draw a sea
I want
witch?
to do sea witch.
Okay. So you're going to draw the letter V. But the right side of the V is a little bit higher. All right, and then underneath that left side of the V, you're going to do a little stroke down. And underneath the base of the V, you're going to do a stroke down. That's the neck. And then you're going to draw 2 lines out either side of the neck. Those are the shoulders. And you can choose whatever kind of anatomy you want to give your figure. My figures are kind of bony with long arms and short torsos because that is what I look like. So we're going to roll like that. So I like to do a little kind of a W on either side because this is my little figure's arms about to say WTF. And I like to give my sea witch uneven boobs because I'm blessed with those too. And then we're going to draw the arms. And again, we're not being precious about this, right? We're just winging it. Give them a little trunk, a belly button. How about abs? I would like abs today. Thank you. And then we do a little V here. And now we draw the tail. Can look like whatever you want. Just let it run wild. Don't think about it. Just let your paint do whatever it wants to do. And then I do the fingers here, the little hands. I go like that. And I go like that. And then do another finger, a thumb. I'm going to give it some green hair. And whatever kind of hair you want. But it's cool when it looks like you because this is about you. This art class is about you. And you know what? You don't have to give your character a crown, but I think we all need to remember that we are all we all have our own crowns. And my crown spikes have been getting longer and longer lately, which I like that. I like that for me, it's heavy. It's a heavy crown, so it's important to sit up tall. So let's double check in on our posture. How are we sitting?
Whew.
How are we feeling?
I was leaning.
Yeah, were we leaning over? Mm-hmm. Right? Let's check. Let's plant our feet in the floor. It's because sometimes when I paint,
I gotta loosen my jaw.
You gotta relax. Relax your jaw. Give yourself some eyes. I like to give a little nose, a little mouth, some brows. Look at this. This is a distressed sea witch, okay? This is what we're talking about here. We're having a hard time. So we have our little distressed sea witch. And now we're going to use the rest of this page to illustrate what is not working. It could be a text. It could be, for example, like my drug habits, for example. Maybe that's not working, right? Or maybe, like overspending, like maybe money is the problem. Maybe just paint some money. Maybe money's tough for you right now. And it's okay, right? It's important that we own it. Maybe you're just painting a picture of it. And again, these are symbols. They don't have to be elaborate, but we get the point, right? Maybe you're like little, weird boyfriend who brings flowers but hurts your feelings. Like maybe that's not working. Or your girlfriend. Could be, doesn't matter. But these are examples of what might not be working. What else could not be working? Let's paint some pills because they're fun to paint too, right? Just paint what's not working. Let's own it. Let's own our problems because we cannot change what we do not own. Right? We cannot. What else isn't working? I don't know. Honestly, my home. Well, it's not that it's not working. It's that it has worked, but it is no longer working. So for me, It is my home. I'm moving. And if you want to know where I'm moving to, you can come to my show on June 14th. You know, I have loved, and some of these things, like sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. But we're just painting all the things. Can we see what's not working for you? Oh, you haven't listed it yet. You're focusing on your sea witch.
Yeah.
Right? All of these things. What else isn't working? What else is not working?
Ooh.
What else is not working? You know what? My bicycle is currently the tires are flat, so I'm going to paint a bicycle because a bicycle is kind of fun to paint, right? It's an easy symbol. And I never really know how the fork goes, but like it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. What matters is that you're here and that you're showing up. And like, even though it's not perfect, you guys know that that's a bicycle. We know it's a bicycle, right? Oh, it's a flat tire. So maybe we like make a little flat tire there. Pew. Flat tires. And you know what? This is a very fixable problem. But if I don't acknowledge the problem, I will not fix it. You know, that's the rules.
And it can be a big fixing.
Yeah.
Alex is currently putting new tires on his bike.
See, that's nice. Do you guys have a bike pump?
Yeah.
Can you like can I bring it, or can you bring it over and I can pump up those tires? See, and expressing our problems helps us solve them because there's always somebody. It feels good to help, right?
Yeah,
it feels wonderful to help. So, paint out all your problems. What are they? And then give yourself enough room around your sea witch or whatever you've drawn and give it a little text. Like it could just be like this. You know, that's enough. That's enough to express your frustration. You know? Just own your problems. And you know, some things are beyond your control, right? Like what else isn't working? Like maybe, you know, like the state of the world. State of the world is a little bit like stressful right now, right? But how much of that can we control? We don't know. But it's important to, you know, sometimes the state of the world gets me down. That's why I'm teaching this class. Because I realized that it was important to be of service. And art saves my life every day. And I have a feeling I might be able to save someone else's if I teach them how I do it. Because see, it's not about being good, okay? It's about being great. It's about being great. And this art is great. It's great because of the effects. It makes me feel good. All right, show me what's not working. Are you comfortable sharing?
Yeah.
Can we share it with the class?
Okay. Yeah, this is my world.
Yeah, take your time. We're not in a hurry, although we do have... What do we have? We have a couple more exercises to get through.
Okay, well, I'll be there soon. I'll listen.
So I'm using a fine tip brush a lot because I use this brush kind of like a pen. You know, I'm drawing. And that's how I like to use watercolor. Because it's very hard to control. Watercolor has a mind of its own, and that's why I like it. I like that when I show up, I don't really know what's going to come out, but I really enjoy the process of doing it. And other mediums, there's a lot more control involved. And I don't want to control things. I'm tired of being in control. I control everything, my career, my home, everything. I would like to not be in charge sometimes, and therefore, we have watercolor.
I'm almost there.
You're almost there?
Yeah, I do. I'm drawing a bike too.
Does anybody want to share? Hi, Mom. Love you. Thank you for being here.
Hi, Mom.
Yeah. What else is not working? Drug habits. You know, my drug habits are a lot better. I'm proud of myself.
Okay, yeah.
Also, it's okay to need medicine, guys. It's okay to need medicine. All right.
Okay.
Lolo, Larissa. Oh, the road. What's this?
That's in my knee.
Your knee.
My left knee.
Your left knee. Yes. And what's wrong with the bike? There's not enough space on the road for bicyclists?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And we have the pressure that we have to use. We have the pressure to city council.
Right.
To stop.
To give more bike paths?
To put forth, yeah.
Okay.
To put forth the plans they wanted to put forth in 2014.
And is this your fridge?
That's my fridge.
Is your fridge broken?
Well, no, we're just bad at filling it / organizing it.
Okay. Well, so you can you romanticize that?
Yeah.
I have art in my tiny fridge. Do you know that? If you open my fridge, there's a little art. There's a painting in it. I'll show it to you.
Oh.
Thank you for sharing. What's your what is your text gonna say?
Oh, I don't know yet.
All right, give yourself some text.
Okay.
Okay, now do we have enough time? How is this pace, everybody? How is this pace of this class? Like, is this enough time? Feel free to comment. Because, again, I paint very quickly, but are you painting quickly?
Ooh, I'm going to have a sign.
We don't know.
I do a protest sign.
Protest sign, yeah. So this, acknowledging what is not working. Excellent work. All right, now we're going to move on to our next assignment. So for this, good pace. Pace feels good. It discourages overthinking. That is what I'm saying, Mary. We are not here to overthink. We're here to underthink. We're here to feel. Okay, now we are going to fill up this entire page with our gratitude list. All right, just start going. Start writing. You can draw it. You can draw your gratitude list, right? Or you can write it. It doesn't really matter. But actually, let's draw. I'm drawing one because, you know, I really I'm grateful for strawberries. I've been having some challenges with my diet, and I'm on an elimination diet at the moment, which, if you've ever done one, feels a little bit punishing in the beginning. And I can't eat chocolate, which is like pretty upsetting. But you know what I can eat? I can eat a strawberry. I can eat a strawberry, and I'm very grateful for strawberries. So let's do a little text lesson, all right? Because watercolor text can be tricky at first. So when you're doing a text with watercolor, you're going to focus on the downstroke. So try not to you can bring it back up, but it's harder, especially if we're going to do all caps. So you're going down. For example, I like to do the downstroke and then the downstroke. Down, down, across. Try not to you can bring the brush back up, but in my experience, if you don't want it to blob, this is the best way to do it. I actually made watermelon juice yesterday. It's delicious. Oh, I'm trying not to swear. I don't know how YouTube feels about cursing. I'm pretty sure you're not allowed to. So, sorry. All right, what else am I grateful for? What are you grateful for, Larissa? Cabin. Oh, sunshine. Grateful for the sunshine. Oh, hiking. You know, and switch up the colors. And don't think about what colors you're choosing. Just let your hand wander over to the palette and pick a color. Let your body do the thinking more than your mind. You know who's always on my gratitude list every single day?
Raja.
Raja's my dog. My dog is amazing. Pets, animals are amazing. Oh, I started horseback riding again. That's horses and riding them. So just write your gratitude list. Singing. I've been singing a lot, guys, because singing is also a really great way to feel better in your body. My art practice. We're filling up the whole page, the entire page. And if you don't, just start writing. If you have to think about it, just let the first thing that comes to mind be the answer. You know, one thing I'm really going to miss about this place is my neighbors. I have great neighbors. Neighbors are really like, sort of like community 101. It's like who lives beside you. And that's something that living in New York City for so long, like this is not really like neighbors aren't necessarily like the thing that really makes you grounded. But here, you know, they all watch out for Raja. It's beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Barefoot. I love being barefoot. Lolo, I'm putting you on my gratitude list. I love you.
I want to put you.
Yeah. Magic. I'm so grateful for magic. I love magic. You know, I'm grateful for YouTube University. Honestly, I don't know. Actually, I would love to hear in the comments what YouTube classes you like to take. I take so many classes on YouTube. Yoga, breath work, learning how to do anything car related, art techniques. I pretty much learned watercolor from YouTube. So please comment with what you like. Oh, sewing and fashion history. Yes. I like watching anything crafty. And I love tarot readings. Ugh, give me the divination. Tarot. What else am I grateful for? My eyes, my hands. Family. I'm really grateful for family. Oh, my car. Wanda. Oh, my pink car.
I like her too.
I love my pink car. I love my pink car. She's been so good to me. She has never let me down. She just runs no matter what. Road trips. My lungs. Oh, my lungs. You know, that's why I really had to stop smoking. My voice. What else? Monument Valley was cool. You've ever been there?
No.
Can we show your gratitude list?
Mm-hmm. Any little flowers I just found.
So fill up the whole page, team. Fill the page with your gratitude. Reading. Son.
Books.
What are you reading?
I have 2 books that I'm listening to right now.
Which ones?
And one is by Paula Brackstone. It's The Midnight Witch.
Ooh, love that title.
Yeah. And the second one is another witch book.
Yeah, okay.
But I'm only like an hour and a half in, and then I'm also reading another Paula Brackstone book.
Okay, all right. We got a Paula Braxton fan.
Yeah, she's really
You just learned to make a cloth doll and now it's in an exhibition. I love that. See, you can go from a YouTube tutorial to it being shown in an exhibition. That's amazing. Where is it? Is it in an exhibition in New York? I'm going to be in New York soon. Please let me know. Okay, take a couple more minutes to fill up your gratitude list. Art. Oh my God, my naked friends. I'm so grateful for my naked friends. All of my naked friends modeled for this calendar that I'm releasing. And it wouldn't be possible without my naked friends. And you know, I tried, it took years to build. Like I've been here for 2 years. It took 2 years to build enough relationships and trust with people so that they would trust me with that. And I'm really grateful for that. My naked friends. Deitch Gallery. I'm going to look that up. Thanks, Joe, and congrats. Okay. Is this enough time with our gratitude list? Yeah, I think so. It's time to move on. Wait, well, can we show the class your work?
Yes. Almost. It's books.
Books. May I?
Oh, my nonfiction is Awaking.
Okay, this is Larissa's cabin, trees, books. Is this a calendar?
No, it's a board game.
A board game. What kind of, like Scrabble?
No, like nerdy ones, like Azul. I just learned to play Azul last night.
I don't know that one.
And I played it another 4 times today.
Lifting weights. Yes. Me, thank you. Yeah. Swimming. Oh, swimming. How did I not put swimming on there? And bicycles. I love it. Is this your garden?
No. That's a little wildflower that I just found for the first time.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I
forgot about my garden.
Right. Oh. See, there's so much more to be grateful for, and this is gratitude. Gratitude is a practice. Yeah. Gratitude is something like yoga is a practice. Art is a practice. Gratitude is a practice. Something that you can work on every day. So with this in mind, we're going to move on to our final art assignment. But what you're going to do here is you're going to pick 3 items on here, and you're going to paint them on your next page, and you're going to not write the text, you're going to paint them. So pick 3 objects that you are like, I would like to paint that. Like for me, for example, I always want to draw a horse, so I'm definitely going to draw a horse. I'm going to draw a horse. Pick 3 things. I'm going to draw my horse. We'll just start with the horse. I'll decide later. So now we're making without whatever. Paint it however you want. But that's what, just paint your dreams. Take those 3 items and have them interacting somehow. So the first thing that I ever painted as a kid was a horse. Like I was a horse girl before anything. I mean, obviously it's going to be a naked horseback rider, right?
Ow, my boobs hurt. That's what I think about naked horseback riding.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to go fast. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't have to go fast. And the more you paint something, the more it becomes just like part of something that you know how to paint. Like I what was I gonna say about painting? Horses. Oh, the horse I'm riding right now in my lessons, he's like not that big. He's kind of old. Actually, let's paint him. He looks kind of like this, but he's more of a red actually. But he has like salt and pepper hair because he's like a dad. He's like a chumpy dad. His name's oh fuck, it's supposed to be green. Okay, well, it's green now. Sometimes you can't tell what color your paints are until you paint on the page, especially with dark pigments. So he has a salt and pepper hair. It's so cute. And he's like, he doesn't give anybody any trouble. He's a chumpy dad, you know, like just, and he kind of like, and he's got like, it's like long here and then there's a gap and then it's here. Like he's great. And he just lets you ride him in a little circle because like we're not doing anything elaborate, but oh my God, he's just great. He's great. And you know what? I haven't been on a horse in a lesson capacity since I was 7. Like I've ridden horses on trail rides, but I haven't like taken a lesson. And that was just like absolute bliss.
I think I need to take a lesson.
You got to take a lesson, man. You got to do it. All right, I'm going to draw. This is me. I'm going to be naked on a horse. Because this is my naked friends. And you know what? We all have to be our own friends. That's the truth. We all have to be our own friends. I have green hair again, because that seems to be a theme today. And she's petting him because he's a good boy. And what's the other thing? In Monument Valley. Okay. Should I give her a saddle or are we bareback? I'm not at the bareback stage yet. Let's give her a saddle. You know, I really like the Western saddle, especially. Like the horn. It's just like, I think I like all the accoutrements of riding too. All the gear. It's pretty cool. And let's give myself a giant smile that takes up my whole face, like the Joker. Okay, she has a saddle, but she doesn't have him. Let's just do that. Monument Valley. Oh, yeah. And so the other thing that you need to know about painting is that your paintings are a way of creating your reality. So because I'm painting this today, it's guaranteed that, I don't want to say it's guaranteed. It increases your chances 100-fold that this will manifest. So if that's something that you want in your life, like I would like to be riding naked on horseback in Monument Valley at some point in my life. Like that would be great. And so this increases the chances, especially if you put it up on the wall so that you can see it every day. Oh, the moon. I did the moon. So is this green? Oh yeah, we're doing a green sky. Why not? But it increases your chances of it actually coming true. So it's always great to like shape your reality by painting it and not being precious about it, but just getting the feeling down. So these have been the 5 exercises, and keep painting, keep doing whatever feels good, finish your paintings. But now I want to open this up to any questions you have about my art practice, literally anything. You can ask me anything you want. We have 9 minutes and we have time. So I would love to answer any questions you have. Or Lilo, do you have any questions for me?
What's your favorite way to draw a face with your watercolors?
My favorite way to draw a face? My favorite way to draw a face would be... well, you know what? I always draw a face like... well, this is my face, right? Because this is my shape. I start like this. Give it a little ear. A nose. This is how I've been drawing faces lately. This is how I do it. It's not my favorite way. It's just my way. Do you know what I mean? This is how I draw. This is, and I would like to go like, I like to give her like a rouge. And the brows are always kind of like the last thing. Like the brows, I just draw little lines, and later on I'm like, oh, it looks like she's saying this. Because I'm very illustration based. I like to use text, right? So like oh, I love what's happening here. I like, because when it's wet, it bleeds, and that's what I love about watercolor. Like this is like, this just happens. It happens from being messy. Let's give her just so much hair.
I like her.
This is my future. Is my hair gonna? I was gonna cut my hair, and I had a dream. Said you're not ready. I was like, oh, maybe I need it. Maybe I need it. This is my favorite way to draw a face. And then I look at her, and I'm like, what is she saying? And she's saying. Any other questions from the audience? No, not yet. She's saying, let's give her rubies. I like rubies. Usually I do emeralds. She's saying. She's saying this is only the beginning. So when I do text, I start painting first and I let the text come out later. And I really like text. And, you know, I started painting so heavily with text because Instagram is a very text art based medium. Like people don't really engage People don't really engage with my work unless there's text on it because it makes it a meme. So that's how I started. I was like, oh, people like text. And I was trying to like, you know, get popular. And it was also, that's where I was at. I was telling stories with words. And I've always been telling stories with words, but that was sort of how it started. But now I actually like painting, like oil paintings and acrylic paintings without text. But that's like, you put an oil painting on Instagram and like no one cares. And I'm working on not caring about Instagram anymore. So, you know, it's a process, but it's also like kind of my livelihood. So.
But your words are so good.
I'm brilliant.
Your words are so good.
I write every day.
You even took my words and made them better.
Exactly.
I was just like, I don't even know.
Any other questions from the audience? We have 6 minutes left. For students, how was this class? How are we feeling? I would love feedback, because my intention is to keep doing this and to keep sharing these classes with different themes. Like today is a very general hard time, right? Like this is a hard time, but there's lots of experiences that I can speak to that I have used paint to get through. Like my last book was Divorce Illustrated, which was how I painted my way through my divorce, and I will be teaching a class on divorce at some point. Joe, you painted your dog's face 5 times. That's gratitude. That's exactly what we're here to do. And really, I guess I just want to know how you're feeling. Like, are you feeling, can we just check in with our bodies right now? Like, how are we feeling in our bodies? Do we feel more relaxed? You know, this was fun. I'm glad you had fun. And, you know, I had fun too. Like I love, and so here's your homework now. Your homework. We have all of these paintings that we've created, right? It's a sequence, actually, without realizing it, or maybe we are realizing it. But what I want you to do after this class, after your art dries, is I want you to put these up in your kitchen, in your bedroom, in your man cave. Put them on the wall, maybe on your fridge, and you don't have to put all of them up, but put some of them up. And encourage people and share it with people. And see what that feels like, and see what that feels like to see your art on the wall. Just put your art up and enjoy it, appreciate it, and then notice if anything changes. I don't know. Like when I put my art up on the walls, it kind of calls things in. Like if I put this up on my wall, there's no doubt that I would be in Monument Valley naked on horseback within the year. If I put it up on my wall. So what is it that you want to put up on your wall? Mary, you're feeling a lot more relaxed. Narda, you're feeling better. Art is magic. Thank you. Yeah. This is my art practice. This is how I relax. This is how I feel good in my body. And thank you so much for letting me share this with you. Thank you for showing up, everyone. Lolo, can I show what you've done? Oh, a reading rainbow.
Yeah.
Let's see. May I?
Yes.
Okay. Oh. Oh. Okay. Wait.
Here. Yeah.
There we go. Look at this. So we have the mountain. Did you start with the mountain, or did you start with the trees?
The trees.
Yeah.
I wanted them to kind of.
I love the reading rainbow. So this is your gratitude list. The mountains, reading, and who's that?
My hair up in a bun. I don't know.
Your hair up in a bun. It's you. You're grateful for yourself. I love that. And you know, it's really great. It's really healthy to paint ourselves in our gratitude, because like we're all we got. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to paint yourself, but it's really great if you feature yourself in that scene of your gratitude list, because then you're surrounded by all the things that you love. And that's really helpful. You know, it's just better. So I'm going to be continuing to do these How to Paint Your Way Through a Hard Time classes. And this has been the first and probably only free one, but I really appreciate all of you for showing up. And what did you say here? I'm feeling your hard time. Thank you, Mom. Yeah, I'm glad you're here, Hillary. I'm glad everyone's here. Yeah, low stakes thing. Yes, exactly. This is what we're here to do. It's low stakes, it's fun, it's relaxing. And I just hope you feel better. So thank you so much for tuning in. Something that I would really appreciate from you, if you're open to it, is that if you could email artcampproductions@gmail.com a little testimonial about your experience today. And if you do email me a testimonial, you will receive a 50% off discount code for the following class, or for any class coming up. So thank you so much, everyone, for participating in this. This has been How to Paint Your Way Through a Hard Time. I am your teacher, Jacqueline Francis, and please have a look at the other videos that I'll be posting of Only Hands. I'll be filming my art practice, and you can just watch it and relax, or you can paint along with me. It's up to you. But sending you so much love, many, many blessings, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.